What's going on, lads? Welcome back for a new video. We are here today with a new trading session. Today is Tuesday open, so basically what we're gonna do is see what the markets are giving us and what type of opportunities we have. We have a small gap on the QQQ ETF, which is the Nasdaq ETF. So basically the Nasdaq, as you know, it's the NQ, the Nasdaq 100E mini futures. And as we know, it is full price, right? It is $20,146 in value. But the QQQ is basically the ETF, the trust fund of the Nasdaq. Just like the S&P 500 has the spider or the SPY as the S&P as the trust fund or the ETF, so does the Nasdaq. So we have a gap to the upside, so if we're gonna close, then we're gonna close. If we're gonna open with a flush to the downside and possibly rip back up. So let's see what we're looking for here. So as you can see on the hourly chart, we're in a long-term range ever since Thursday, 31 October 24, all the way till today. So we're in a large range. So I was thinking maybe now that yesterday we have retested the low of the range and we popped back up. Maybe today we're gonna break 200s up there to the top of the range. The 15-minute chart looks choppy here. So again, that's what we're gonna do. Maybe the first 30 to 40 minutes, if we don't have a setup, then I will probably just leave. Take my stuff and leave. We're gonna be very careful with what trades we take today. Everything is above the view up. We just have the cross here to go long, but we're gonna rely on momentum. So let's see. The ES is holding above. Looks like a breakout. Looks like a nice breakout on the ES on the 2-minute chart. So basically, let's see how this plays out. By the way, guys, as we grow, as the channel grows, there will be live streams, there will be giveaways, there will be music. You guys will be also able to see my face. I'll also do videos with my face so that you guys can see. But for the start, we're gonna do this. So for the start, that's what we're gonna do. Okay, 57 seconds till open. Don't mind this, it's a little bug from my antivirus. So it's kinda annoying though. What I'm looking to see, essentially, since we're having a gap to the downside, maybe we get a quick flush to the downside before initially ripping up higher. So let's see if we can actually come back down and retest the view up before popping back up. I'm gonna get ready my stuff here on the 1-minute chart to enter. I'm gonna see 3 micros. I can get to 1 full contract here. Let me get this on. 50-minute chart looks very breakouty. It looks very like it's ready to pop on the 15-minute chart. Okay, it's open. Market's open. Officially, we're popping. We're pushing for now to the high of days there, 171s. High of days. Tempted to go long, but I won't. Coming up into resistance here, we got rejected at 163, so make it or break it. We're breaking, we're going. Just because it goes up, it doesn't mean that you also have to jump in. So always think about that in terms that, hey, it's going up, but it doesn't mean that I have to jump. So this is what we talked about. Go up there above the 200s. What I like to see is basically we push up there into the 200s. Maybe we reject and we do something like this. We push up there into the 200s, and as we push, we come back down and then we push up higher. So that's essentially what I want to see. Something like this. That's the type of play I want to go today if we're gonna get long. So there we go, 191, just like we spoke. This is like we spoke about. I'm gonna go to the top of the range probably. That'll be sick. We have a pivot up there, 236s, 237s. Let's see what happens. Do you go up there, 237s? There we go, 200s pushing. Long and strong. Okay. Let's see what happens. We need some type of pullback, we need some type of action. So I guess 30 minutes and then I leave. If there's really nothing, then I will leave. Coming back down. This is the overall idea that I want to see right now. We want to see something, another candle maybe popping up red. Okay, we have a gap. We definitely have a gap on the QQQ. We have a gap also on the SPY. The ES also ripping at open 10 points. Nasdaq ripping up 52 points right off the bat. Okay, this looks, let's say this looks nice. Don't know if I'm gonna get long right here, even though it might push up higher. It just doesn't look convincing enough. It's not enough like structure. You know, next candle we could be red. Like the very next 2-minute candle, it can just flush again. But again, that idea to push high of the range up there. First, we're gonna push up to the pivot, daily pivot. That is 20,237s. And maybe then 264s. We need a setup, and it's so hard to get long. Like pre-market, I don't tend to take trades because pre-market you tend to get a lot of stop outs. You tend to get a lot of FOMO. You tend to get a lot of you're not patient. It's pre-market volatility, you know. Push up there from the 90s up there, 20 points. I mean, looks great, but high of the range again, 264s. Let's see, do we get a push? Kind of choppy. Yeah, chop to the upside. This is what's called chop to the upside. And are you gonna really like? It's not wise to get like long, like right off the bat. It's not wise to go long or short, like 1 minute before open, because you can go both ways, and it's really a gamble. So don't go in just because you think that open's gonna have good stuff. Sometimes, most of the times, market open doesn't have good stuff. Now we had, but I wasn't just gonna FOMO into the move just because. Yesterday we made 139 bucks on the evaluation account with Apex. And I will post a video later on after our trading session, after my trading session is over. I'll post a video later on about how you can potentially earn money without having to risk your own capital, without having to lose thousands of dollars in a single trade. And what exactly prop firm funding is. I will discuss all that. I want to see some pullback. If we're gonna, it gets weak at this point. No point in getting short here, no point in getting long or short. Just stay out. Just be patient. Be disciplined. There it is. We spoke about that pivot earlier. 237s. What a nice rip. But really no opportunity. Like where would you enter? Like it's hard, man. Do you enter at the break of 65? Do you enter at the break of 80s? And then where's your stop, right? I mean, if a possible entry was to go long, I'll look on the 50-minute chart, seeing this entry at 3 o'clock. But as you can see, it's 30 minutes before open, and at open, it's not to be trusted, right? Because it can go both ways. There it is. There's the pivot. Now there's one question: do we retest the pivot and go back higher up there to the 264s, top of the range? I think it wants that 264 area, the 260 area. But there's literally nothing, just nothing here. God damn. Remember, there's FOMC week, so don't expect too much stuff to happen until Thursday. Thursday, 8 o'clock for Belgium. 8 o'clock Belgium time. It's the FOMC rate statement, and prior to that, we always have some decent chop, but surprisingly, this week is quite different. Now, will we finally decide to pull back? Because I might get stupid and get short here. And where's my stop afterwards? It could be in the 40s, but it can just easily go through it, right? Oh Lord. We made 139 bucks yesterday, right? We took 2 trades and we got 139 bucks. The goal today is, if we lose a quarter, we lose 15% up to 50% of the profits we made. But we don't lose more than we initially made the previous day. So if we can make something, we can make anything from the same amount to even more. But if we lose, we're not going to lose more than half, I'd say. So I'm going to put the risk here, 3 contracts, 3 micro contracts here, and we're gonna see what happens. It's still ripping. Look at this. Look at this. What have we said? What have we talked about? We talked about that pivot right before it even happened. And just to show this is not recording, as you can see, markets open, everything's live, just nothing that's pre-recorded. So 238, there it is, there's the pivot. Will we get stuck? Pull back to what I would like really to see right now. I like to see this scenario. We go and we pull back to the 200s, and then we continue up there to the 64s. That would be something that I'd really like to see. As you can see, getting stuck at the pivot there, getting stuck to 64s. Everything just looks good to pull back right now, so we're gonna wait for that pullback into the 200s, possibly at this point here where we got some support. Let's see if we can go back down there to the 200s. I don't want to get short, by the way. I could get short here for a dump into the 200s, but I don't think it's really worth it. Now we need some type of structure. Five-minute chart looks good, so I want to see this this idea here, this idea to be pushing, to be pulling back into the 200s, 20,200s in sight, because as you can see there's like resistance here. On the 5-minute chart, this clearly took off from the 200s. We closed, as you can see, this candle here closed above the 200s. We closed at 210. We pulled back, tested 200s, and from there we took off another 40 points. So that's what I want to see. 200s. You know what? This line actually helps me have some visual over what I want to see play out. So again, respect the plan. If we get stopped out, that's okay. But we're not going to lose more than we initially planned to. Come on. Push it down there 200 so I can get long. Get long for a push up there. Yeah, see? Get long for a push up there, 250s or so. Let me see. There it is. There it is, 200s. Now we're gonna wait for confirmation that it wants to go back above 200s. So we're gonna get ready here. I wanna get long here. If we push above back to above the 212s, I wanna get long and at the same time have a stop somewhere right above there. There we go, we're long. I want to sell my contracts up there to the 250s. Stop below the 200s. I don't want this below the 197s. All right, let's see what happens. Right now it's going good, so for now we're just gonna wait. I don't like this 50-minute candle being right there. I mean, it could pull back even deeper. So let's be aware of that and let's be careful. I might move my stop to break even because if this flags out, or I might just take it off right here. If it shows any type of weakness, I'll take it off. Stop 200s. Three-minute chart. If we can push, we go up there 230s. We push above. There it is. I'm gonna give you room to breathe. I have no reason to take it out whatsoever. Now we do it. And we let it run. If we get stopped out, we get stopped out for a small profit. And that's okay. But this can easily crack back. This can easily snap back down, so I don't want it. There it is. Well, there it is. Made a bit of profit. We made like 12. We literally made $8. Initially it was going well, but I just don't want it to dump back down above the 200s. I don't know, maybe that was just me being fearful. There we go, back down to the 200s. It's 15:47, barely 20 minutes in. See what's happening. I like to see this 15-minute candle literally go at the 200 and then possibly get a re-entry or a better entry. Gonna get long here for a break above the 20s. I'm gonna set my stop right below the 205s. And we're gonna take it at the high of days because we tend to get stuck at the high of days, so I'll just take it off there. We might have the same scenario as yesterday right now, guys. We might just push up there to the 40s again. There it goes. There it goes. There it goes. Oh my god, perfect trade. Let's go, guys. That's exactly what we wanted to see. GG's, let's fucking go. $138. We literally made the exact same amount. 143 actually. That's what we wanted to see. Of course, I could have set it into the 50s. But I take it off at the high of days. We are also, the reason why I took it off, obviously now it's gonna push. Obviously now that I got out, it's gonna keep pushing. But there it is, there's the 50s. We took it out a bit earlier, 41s. Took it off the high of day, and also we were stuck at that pivot point. Just take the profit, guys. Taking profit does not hurt. Okay, guys? Take it from me. So let's see the performance. I think I'm done. We literally did 20 minutes in and we're done. So $138, actually $148. We're up $283 in just 2 days with barely any minimum. There it goes, 160 up there. I should have probably let it run, but it's just, wow, I mean, that was just perfect setup right there. That was the same scenario as yesterday. Watch this, guys. We entered the first time, we got stopped out for a small profit, almost break even, and the second one was it. That was it. Now this might push even to the 70s. Like I said, the high of day, we're playing for that high of day type of action. And this is exactly what happened. This is exactly what I wanted to see. I took it at the high. I took it at the high of previous high of day back when we were down there, because we were also at that pivot point and we could have ran into resistance. And I was like, yeah, okay, I'm just gonna take it off. I'm just gonna take my profits. That's my setup. I'll take it and then I'll just leave it. This is exactly what I'm playing to see. Just pure continuation. Perfect setup. Perfect setup. Like, look at this. 1 minute chart. Everything just played perfectly. Perfectly. We entered exactly as we said. We entered at 218s. Right above this candle at the break. 218s basically. And we just played it out perfectly. Everything just aligned. We're above the view up. We're above. We have the cross on the whole moving average and on the least squares moving average to go long, to go bullish. That we're bullish, we're pushing. There it is, the high of days. We talked this before the market even opened. Push up there 264s. We went 261s, not bad. We basically went at the top of the range. There we go, top of the range, boys. There it is. There it is. That's the trade I wanted to see. We're running into a pivot point on the ES. No gaps closing. Sometimes the trust fund ETFs won't close the gap or the volume imbalance that we have created overnight. So this is basically what happens pre-market. So this gap right here is actually a volume imbalance, meaning that while the market is not open yet, it is also open to trade pre-market and to place your orders, which can have fluctuations. It may have fluctuations like before the market opens, so if it moves like 10 points up, it will create a gap, so that's a volume imbalance. And sometimes we will tend to fill those, right? We'll tend to slap back down to rebalance the market, right? But sometimes we won't, and we'll have these type of scenarios where we'll just keep pushing higher and higher. And that's just the way of it. But I know for sure that every single gap will get filled at some point in the future. For instance, right here, we got a gap, we got a massive unfilled gap at the 496s on the QQQ. And look at this. It's huge. Look at this. It's insane. And we haven't filled it. However, how I see this positioned, the way I see the structure is, I see it 1 week, maybe 2 weeks from now on, I see this getting filled. Like the market will push back up, we'll have amazing long opportunities. There it is, guys. I'm done for today. Look at this. Look at this. We pushed high of the range, top of the range, boys. We talked about this pre-market. Come on, it can't get better than this. Perfect setup, perfect entry. Yeah, here it was a little bit sloppy, but overall it was, I couldn't have wished better than this, man. Well done. Soon we'll go live and it will be even more insane. But I want to state something very clearly. When I will go live, I will place in the description and in the video a disclaimer that this is not financial advice, that copying my trades comes with risk, and I do not condone copying my trades at all, in fact. I condone to do your own research and enter your own trades based on what you know or on what you're looking for in the market. But I certainly do not tell you, I will not tell you where to buy, where to sell. I will tell you what to look for and what the idea, like what the overall kind of idea will be, but I will not tell you to buy and sell. I'm not a signal chat room. I will not be telling you where to buy and sell, how to buy and sell, and all of that stuff. So right after this, I will be making a video about what futures is, and then I'll be making a video about what prop firms is and why you should get along with the prop firm that I chose, and what this is and what is this about. Right? So I will do this later. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys on the next trading session. I mean, look at this, guys. It's perfect layout. Come on. I'll tell you everything you need to know, and I'll let you know everything that you have to know about making money with prop firms, what brokers you should install, with whom to sign up, and how it all works. Look at this. Look at this. We're pushing way above this. We're pushing, boys. We want to fill this gap on the QQQ. What have I told you? We want to fill this gap, this huge gap over here, which the top of the gap sits at exactly 496. So one of these days we will fill it. Especially now FOMC is coming, so I would expect it to push. Depends if they decide to keep interest rates steady or they decide to hike it up or they decide to lower it, whatever the outcome will be, what I envision is I would like definitely to see push up to the gap, because then we'll have a lot of long opportunities. And look, you're looking, if I'm gonna go again in a long, I'm looking for a retest at the top of the range. I'm looking for a retest, so I'm looking for a candle to go back down, test the 264s, and then rip up to the 300s and above. Rejected 300s by one tick, literally. Look at this. When the market's clear, you will be able to read it like crazy. But I'm telling you this, you have to stay out when the market's bad. And there will be days, 100%, and this is why my videos and my streams will be for, is for you to see those days. It's for you to see when everything's going to shit and nothing's going your way. The only way to win in this game, for instance, let me show you. The only way to win in this game is to make bigger gains than your losses. So if on average day, if in an average day you make $200, then your maximum loss on a single day should not be more than 200. Make it 100, make it 50, but do not make it like, don't let it be larger than 200. Never let your losers cloud or overshadow or eclipse your winners, because then you're screwed at this point. So remember this, never lose more than what you make. So have your stops in such a way where you calculate the risk, you calculate the leverage, how much leverage you're going to go, choose your instrument carefully, choose what you're going to trade, and then go in. Plan the outcome, plan the setups. Don't just sit behind and hope for the best. That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for an edge. We're looking for setups like this perfect example. We look for setups that will play out. They have more chances to play out in our favor than they are to go down against us. So never lose more in a single day than what your average win is. If in a single day you make $200, don't let your loss per day go below. Look at this. Back up. 300s. Looking for 300s now. Alright. I'm gonna cut it here. It's exactly been 30 minutes since market open. 15:59. We got the setup and now we're gonna walk away. So, I want you guys to understand. The market will give you setups. You just have to wait for them. Patience is key. I can't stress this enough. Peace to the Middle East. I'll see you guys tomorrow for Wednesday Open. Take care. Peace out.